Drink beer with
Kaloflahi atu hane e tau valatala tutupu ke lata mai leo taong nui ke hane. Koe whahi tapu nei ne matutakia te whanuanga he tau lilifu he whanui ki pole ke lata i mai pepa tupe e he koutu ne kamata ke whahi tapu kamole. Ko kamata whakamua i ala tolu me tau whakatutala anga hanga uia ke he tau whahi hua i lalo hefo he central agencies. Ko whakamoli ai ke lata mai whahinga hua he palimia koe tau tupe kua manaki ke whakamoli ai koe ue miliona mo i tolu seo hong whawhai a whitala. Koe tau tupe kua manaki ke maua mai ua a whitala. Ke lata mai whahi he taloia he whakatuwhono ne whakatoka ai ke ua seo limu whamahiwe a whitala. Ka whakamoli ke he tau ua a whawha ke ua a whawha Lai maha ki fua ke mga ahu ne ko whakatutala ai hangao ke he whahi pulinga hua he whakatuwhono mo i tau tangatanga hua. Ka koe tau tupi ne ko amanaki ke whamoli ki ai koe 1 miliona taha seo hong whamahiwe a whitala me tau fuafuanga ke tau tupi ka moa mai nā kai whai. Koe whahi tāna ki tupi, koe whamoli he tuli lifu, koe tau tupi koe whakatoka ke whamoli koe 1 miliona tolu seo whitungu furu a whitala me tau tupi ka moa mai koe hong whamawha miliona ua seo whitungu whamataha e a whitala. Ko e whahinga hua leo ne ko whakamoli ai ke wha seo hivung whamawhai a whitala ka whakamoli mai fuafua koe taha seo hivung whamalime a whitala he tau tupi ka moa mai he whahinga hua ia. Ko e aho ngofua i neafi ne ko whakatutala ai ke he tau whahinga hua i lalo hefo he Ministry of Social Services whakamua ko whakatutala ai ala tolu ke whahinga hua whakakotama. Ko whakatoka koe tau tupi ne kua whakamoli ki ai ke whakamoli koe ue miliona whae seo onung whamatulu e a whitala. Tau tupe ka moa mai whae a whitala. Ke mga ahu ni whakose e whanuanga i niawhi whakatutala ngai a ni ala tolu ke whae malolo seno mo e tolu ngai e lalanga hua i lalo hefe whae malolo seno ka matutaki atu e ke whanuanga a pungi. Hane whainga hua whae hi fuafua kele ke tahmatanga hua ke whakamailonga mo i whakamau hi fuafuala tamtaka he motu mai he wafo ke hoko at ke whae fuafua matangi. Koe taha wala nehi matanga hua ne ko whakatupe e whakatuwhono Australia ne ko whangahua i ke hong whamatuli atu motu. Ko whai mga aho he uatu e tangatanga hua mai toko ue pulotu ne ko hoko mai ke he motu mai whakaonga he toko loa ke ngahua lohi nei ke whakamailonga mo e fuafua e toko lunga he motu mai he puketahi. To mai ke moe to matunu meala, mai tau fuafuanga mai he tokoloa fuafua puketahi, ne kua toka atu ai ke he wafo. Pia foki mai taha whakaholoanga GPS, ke kisia koe tū tokolunga whewhe e motu. Si pia i foki ni te fuafuanga he puketahi, amina ki foki to mai ke to tangata ki se tau fuafuanga nei, ke he tau whakaholoanga he interneti. Lovely here to you listening to Radio Sunshine's News Bulletin for today. US Legislative Assembly continues to deliberate over the budget, going into details. The meeting that started Monday last week with central agencies started with the Premier's Department. The approved expenditure for the Premier's Department was $2,314,000 with a projected revenue of $2,000. As for the Crown Law Office, their expenditure is estimated to be $259,000 with no expected revenue. There were also lengthy discussions regarding government's employing body, the new Public Service Commission, and the Secretariat, but the expenditure will be $1,119,000 and no expected revenue. As for the Treasury Department, their expenditure projections for 2014 to 2015 will be $1,370,000 with a projected revenue of $14,271,000. For the Police Department, their expenditure was at $494,000 and the expected revenue $195,000. Yesterday's discussions continued on to the Ministry of Social Services that includes education. The education budget or expenditure is $2,463,000 and a revenue of $4,000. When the meeting finished yesterday, they were still discussing the health department estimates, with 3 more divisions left to be finalized tomorrow. However, their projected expenditure will be $1,940,000 and a revenue of $44,000. Land surveying staff are playing their part in a regional project funded by Australia for Pacific level sea level monitoring. For the past weeks, they have been working on a monitoring survey to establish survey benchmarks that will measure the heights from the tide gauge at the wharf all the way to the GPS system at the Niue Met station. Niue is one of 13 islands that have established these stations, and that will benefit the island to have sea level data that can also identify how much the land is also moving in real time. The benchmarks that have been set up will be there for the long term, and information will also be available using online tools. Looking at our news stories from the region, the Multinational Observer Group commenced in-country election observations with the arrival of Andrew Golinzinowski, the Observer Coordinator, and other members of the core team from Australia. He has been deployed to Fiji to establish the MOG Secretariat and begin the mission's work. He met with the Supervisor of Elections to receive his accreditation as an observer and also delivered a briefing to members of the diplomatic corps in Suva. MOG observers witnessed the closing of the nominations of party candidates, and Fiji has also invited India, Indonesia, Papua New Guinea and Australia to co-lead the mission. The 4 co-leading countries will be joined by representatives from other countries invited by Fiji to observe the elections. Japan Embassy Charge d'Affaires Kazuo Sudakada said the project for the electoral education support for democratization in Fiji was funded through the Japanese government's Grant Aid for Grassroots Human Security Projects program. The Japanese government provided a funding of $450,000 and $350 in the production of manuals. Fijian police are investigating claims YouTube footage of fishermen being shot actually shows a shootout with Somali pirates. The Fiji Tuna Boat Owners Association says Taiwanese fishermen claim the footage shows Somali pirates being shot after a failed hijack. But a description of the footage with the YouTube video states it's of Fijian men being killed as they cling on to boat wreckage. Fiji police spokesperson Atunisa Sokomuri says the investigation is continuing. The man who claims he filmed what appears to be men being shot and killed in the open sea has spoken to 3 News. The video has shocked the online community since being uploaded, and while some say it's a fake, a ballistics expert says he thinks it's real. Exposed and defenseless, 4 men appear to be shot and killed in the video uploaded to YouTube. TV3 News followed the trail from the person who posted the video to a man on the end of a phone, but he was reluctant to talk for free. The Taiwanese embassy in Fiji has confirmed one of the boats is from Taiwan, and they say it appears the officers are as well, but with a Vietnamese crew. The Taiwanese longliner in the video is not licensed to operate in the Pacific, and sources have told One News it was in Fiji some time ago, but has recently been operating in the Indian Ocean. 2 suspects have been arrested so far by Papua New Guinea police over the murder of Iranian Raza Barati, who was violently beaten to death inside the asylum seekers processing centre earlier this year. The second suspect was arrested in Kimbe, West New Brighton Province. Acting Deputy Police Commissioner and Chief of Operations Jim Andrews said the suspect is Joshua Kaluvia in his 20s of mixed Manus and West New Brighton parentage. Barati, 23 of Iran, was brutally beaten to death allegedly by a group of guards at the height of a riot inside the asylum seekers camp in February of this year. Andrew said since the incident, PNG police officers have been working closely with the Australian Immigration and Australian Federal Police to investigate Barati's death. Andrew said the police intelligence network showed that Kaluvia had fled from Manus to Lai, Chimbu and Mount Hagen before going across to Kimbe. 6 petitions challenging the Cook Islands election results will be heard by the High Court in September. The Cook Islands Party won a majority of 13 seats in last month's election, but the Democratic Party claims bribery and ineligible votes have skewed the results. Last week, The Democratic Party paid its final installment of security fees to the High Court for its petitions, bringing the total cost to just over $38,000. It had originally lodged 8, but its Akawa candidate, Noroa Baker, withdrew his petition because he could not guarantee anonymity for his witnesses. The court is yet to decide on whether the petition for the tied seat in Mitiaro will be heard. The Cook Islands Party withdrew its only petition for the Muri Enua seat after it realized its claim of ineligible voters would not change the results even if it was upheld. The hearings are scheduled to start on the 1st of September and are expected to take 2 weeks. We are ready for SIDS. We are ready for the whole world. We are excited. Confident words coming from the CEO and national coordinator of the largest event to be hosted by Samoa, the 2014 Third International Conference on Small Island Developing States. So confident, Fa'alava'o Perina Sila of Samoa says readiness to step out of the world stage. You would think she was at least given a 2 or 3 year lead time to prepare her country for the main event on the United Nations 2014 calendar. On a local level, one of the highlights for Fa'alava'o was how Samoans have rallied together in support of SIDS. In addition to putting Samoa on the map, she said financially, SIDS is a boom for the Samoan economy. With more than 2,000 people already registered for SIDS and many more set to sign up, it would appear Samoa is lucky to have Fa'alava'o running the show. Those are our news stories from the region here on Radio Sunshine for today.